en utrolig vidende og kompetent taler, og man kan spørge ham om næsten alt inden for det åndelige, så kan man få et svar. Han har en utrolig stor viden og et meget stort engagement, og jeg tror, vi bare vil overlade ordet til ham. Vi vil oversætte det undervejs, så nu så lige sige til, hvis der er noget, I misser. Og hvis I har spørgsmål, så som Martin sagde, så bliver der en spørgesession efter pausen. Men hvis der er et eller andet, I lige misser eller ikke, så tager vi det undervejs. So I just introduced you and said, if there are questions as to the understanding of things, they'll pose it on the way.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we take the questions after the break.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So, just one more.
Sure.
Så vi beder alle om lige at have telefonerne lukket og ikke at tage billeder og så videre. Det her det bliver filmet, og så er det bare til marker og have videoen, som man kan få, hvis man har interesse i det. Og Martin vil også have en kopi her, som man vil bruge i centret. Når vi har pauser, så er I meget velkomne til at skrive på de lister, der ligger heroppe. Det er sådan nogle e-mail-lister, sådan så vi kan sende information ud om det, vi går og laver, og arrangementer i fremtiden. Så kom endelig op og skriv det på listen heroppe, og tag de brochurer, I har lyst til. Der er også nogle ting, man kan købe, der er bøger og nogle små kort af mestrene. Ja. Så værsgo, please.
Sure, take it in. This is really loud. Can it be turned down a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks. Come closer. You're so far away. Come closer. Closer. Huh?
Yeah.
So. Good. So I'm from America, so my mannerisms may be very funny. So forgive me. So my name is Tulsidasananda, which is Sanskrit for the one who receives bliss from serving Tulsi. Sorry. Yeah, Tulsi is my Ishta Devi, so like my guardian deity, yeah, like a guardian angel.
Tulsi er Tulsidasananda, guddommelige og skytsengel, hvis man kan sige det sådan.
So I have a question for you.
Jeg har et spørgsmål til jer.
Tell me, what is the purpose of life?
Hvad er livets mening?
Yeah? You live life every single day. So tell me, for sure you must know.
Vi lever livet hver eneste dag, så I må sikkert vide, hvad er livets mening?
To be happy.
This is good, yeah?
Spread glory.
Okay, yeah. All right. Anybody else?
Glæde.
Udvikling. Sorry.
To develop yourself.
Yeah.
Opleve, hvordan er det på engelsk?
Experience.
To experience.
Yep. What else?
To praise
Be.
God.
Yes.
To be.
To be? Yes. Yes.
Love and be loved.
Very good. Yes. Actually, everything you said was correct. Yeah?
Alt hvad I sagde er rigtigt.
Because you see, everything, everyone has their own purpose. Yeah? We're all unique, and we're all beautiful, and we're all perfect. This is the truth. Yeah? And we all have our own reason for living. Yeah? And there is a higher goal, or a higher reason for living. And that is to attain unconditional love. This love is something that everyone is looking for every moment of every single day. In every little thing you do, subconsciously, we're always looking for this divine love.
Den kærlighed, den guddommelige kærlighed, vi længes efter og leder efter hver eneste sekund, hver eneste dag.
So, of course, when I talk about love or divine love, or when my guru, Swami Viswananda, this handsome man here, he always talks about love, yeah? And even though I've lived with him for 6 years, it took me about 4 years to begin to understand his teachings.
Når jeg taler om kærlighed, og især når der er sådan en visionær, den flotte fyr her, som er vores guru, taler om kærlighed. Så selvom jeg har levet med ham, sammen med ham i over 6 år, så tog det 4 år, inden jeg begyndte at forstå, hvad det var, at den kærlighed går ud på.
Because, you know, I'm from the West, right? We're all from the West. Yeah? And in the West, we are taught to live life from here. Yeah?
Og i Vesten er lærer, vi at leve livet fra hjernen, vores intellekt.
And of course, that's not bad, but it has a limit.
Det er selvfølgelig ikke dårligt, men det har sine begrænsninger.
And every time Swami talks, he only talks about one thing: love.
Hver gang Swami taler, så taler han kun om én ting: kærlighed.
Yeah. Love. Try your best to love the people around you. Try your best to love the divine, and try your best to love yourself.
Gør jeres bedste for at elske folk omkring jer. Gør jeres bedste for at elske det guddommelige og også jer selv.
Yeah. But I remember after about 2 years, I remember he was giving a talk and he was saying again, probably for the 100th time, just love, just love. And
han holdt en tale, og han sagde for i hvert fald flere hundrede gange, just love, altså ren kærlighed, eller kun kærlighed.
And I remember thinking, Swami, like I've heard this so many times, yeah, but I don't understand. I don't understand. Because, look, I've become a monk, yeah. I do meditation, I do prayer. For what reason? To attain enlightenment, right? To attain self-realization, right? That's the purpose of my life. Yeah.
Og meditere og alle de der ting. Og det er formålet med livet, at opnå selvrealisation ved at gøre de her ting.
So how does this love go inside this? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how Swami is enlightened. Yeah, he's self-realized. He can read your mind. People have seen him in 2 places at the same time. He materializes things, like this ring he materialized. He does amazing things. And even though he does amazing things, all he cares about is love. I could not understand this.
Materialisere ting, som for eksempel den ring, han har på fingeren, og gøre mange fantastiske ting.
You know, it took me really 4 years of watching every single day, seeing a person who loves truly unconditionally, that really loves every single person. It doesn't matter who you are or what you've done or what you will do in the future, which he knows what you will do in the future. He doesn't care. He loves you.
Det tog mig 4 år at begynde at forstå, hvordan han elsker alle mennesker, uanset hvad de har gjort og hvad de vil gøre, fordi det kan han også se, hvad de vil gøre i fremtiden.
I've never, of course, I read it in books, you know, about enlightenment, you know, right? You know, like Autobiography of a Yogi. Yeah, that's a famous book. Have you read it before? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, or like The Miracles Christ Did. Yeah. So I've read about them, and I've read about people who are enlightened. But to live with somebody like that, it's something else. And of course, in my mind, I had it like this idea that, you know, Swami would levitate everywhere, and he does all these crazy things which he doesn't do. He can, he doesn't. Right? All he does is love. It took me 4 years to really see it every single day, again and again and again and again, to watch how he loves people, for me to finally accept that such a love exists.
Udstråle kærlighed, og det tog mig lang tid at forstå og få ind, hvor meget det er, og hvor fantastisk det er, og hvor alt overskyggende det er.
Because it's one thing to know it here, but it's another thing to experience it.
En ting er at vide og forstå det med hjernen, noget andet ved at opleve det.
So, yeah. All his teachings are surrounded by, are centered around one thing: love. And this appears to be very simple, yeah? Because I mean, you can go and grab some book there, and they'll explain to you about all the chakras and all the nadis, or different levels of consciousness, or different astral worlds, or different healing techniques, or I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Man kan jo gå ud og tage en bog og læse om alle de forskellige ting med chakra og nager og alle de mere tekniske, intellektuelle ting, man kan vide om det åndelige.
Which they're not bad.
Og det er ikke dårligt.
Yeah, don't misunderstand. It's just they're limited.
Men det er bare, det er ikke dårligt, men det er begrænset.
And even amongst many of Swami's devotees, they don't understand that his simple teachings are infinitely deep. They seem so simple that they go, oh, just love. Mm. Yeah.
Selv den Swamis beundrede tilhængere er mange, der ikke forstår dybden af hans meget enkle lære. Og de siger bare, no, just love, det er bare, det er jo så.
Yeah. Now, how can love, which is something everyone does every single day, how can that bring you to self-realization, to God-realization? I mean, wait, what is self-realization? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Have you heard this phrase before? Yeah.
No. Or I have heard about it, but I don't think that I understand.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Yeah, okay. You see, self-realization is to realize who you really are. Yeah? To be yourself always. And who are you? You're divine. Finished. That's what you are. You're divine. Yeah? We often get caught up here, yeah? And we think we're something less. Yeah? But it's not true. You are a child of the divine. And self-realization is to live that. Yeah. Yeah, and so what stops us from being who we really are? It's our mind, our pride, our fear, our attachments, these kind of things. Yeah.
Det der forhindrer os i at være, hvad vi virkelig er, det er vores hjerne, vores sind, vores tanker, og vores tilknytning til ting, vores angst.
Right. So, if you were to ask me, who are you? I would say I'm Tulsidasananda, right?
Hvis I spørger mig, hvem jeg er, så siger jeg Tulsidasananda.
And I'm from America. I'm 25 years old. I like pizza. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like spinach so much. Right? You know, and of course that's how I have to answer, right? Because if you were to ask me, who are you, and I just stand in silence, this is crazy. Yeah, I can't answer like that. So that's often where we live. You know, I'm Tulsidas from America, so on and so forth. But the problem is we limit ourselves to that. That's it. Like to say, I don't like spinach, right? That's to, normally we limit ourselves there. And anything with spinach in it, I won't eat. Well, this is crazy, right? Right. And, okay, I used a silly example, but you understand what I mean, right? Yeah? Yeah? So we tend to limit ourselves there. So where we limit ourselves, did you notice everything I said was I am Tulsidas. Yeah, I like this, I don't like that. I like this, I don't like that. I am this, I am not that. Now, which I am I talking about? This I, the little I, the one inside my head. Yeah? So I, me, mine. This is the problem right there. I, me, mine. Yeah? So, how to get over I, me, mine? Very simple. Love. That's it. Yeah? But no, it's, for example, all of you have fallen in love, right? Yeah? All of you some of you may have children. Yeah? Yeah? So parents, okay? You really love your children, correct? You love them. How much in their life did you sacrifice yourself for them? So much. But you did it happily, didn't you? You didn't go, you know what? When you turn 18, I'm going to have a list of all the things you need to do for me. All right? You didn't do that. Right? But I hope you didn't do that. Right. Actually, there was this one American lady who, from the moment she found out she was pregnant, she wrote down every cent she paid for her daughter, and when her daughter turned 18, she gave her the bill and said, "You owe me that money." That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so, but you see, you forgot about yourself, isn't it? When you loved your child, or you love your husband, you love your wife, you love your friend, you forget about yourself, isn't it? You put them first. You put their needs and their desires before yours. In that moment, you are enlightened. Finished. You were not acting from here. You were acting from love. And people ask, they say, but how is love not in the mind? It's an emotion, right? It's a feeling. It's not true. It's much more. Because to prove it to you, if I say, I am happy, you know what that feels like. Happy. Yeah? If I say, I am sad, you know what that feels like. Yeah? If I say, I am angry, you know what that feels like. But if I say, I love you, you don't quite understand. What does he mean?
Hvad mener du?
Does it make him happy? Or is it peaceful? Is it more? You don't understand, isn't it?
Er jeg lykkelig eller fredfyldt?
You understand that I love you, but you don't understand what I feel.
I forstår, at jeg siger, at jeg elsker jer, men I forstår ikke, hvad jeg føler.
If I was to ask you to write the person that you love, is it your husband, your wife, your child, doesn't matter, write every reason why you love them.
Hvis jeg bad jer om at skrive alle grunde til, at I elsker jeres kone, jeres mand, jeres børn,
I hope it would go on for 100 pages.
jeg håber, I kunne skrive 100 sider.
But still, when you gave me your essay, you would still go, that's not everything.
Men når I så gav mig alle de sider, så ville det stadig ikke være det hele.
Isn't it? Haven't you ever asked yourself, I don't know why I love you, but I love you.
Og jeg har aldrig spurgt jer selv, hvorfor jeg elsker dig eller nogen. I ved det ikke. I gør det bare.
Haven't you had that feeling before?
Har I ikke prøvet at have en følelse?
Yeah. Why can you not explain it?
Hvorfor kan I ikke forklare det?
Because it's eternal.
Fordi det er evigt.
That's why you can't say, everything else in the world has a beginning and an end. It's limited. You can explain it by numbers, you can explain it in words.
Alt andet i den verden har en grænse, der har en begyndelse og ende. Man kan forklare det med tal.
I mean, you can even explain wormholes in outer space in numbers.
Man kan der forklare rumhuller i ydre rum med tal. Talstørrelser, ja.
But you can't explain love in numbers.
Men man kan ikke sætte noget med tal eller størrelse på kærlighed.
When you love, you're being much more than just your little self.
Når man elsker, så er man mere end sit lille selv.
You're becoming free.
Så bliver man fri.
Free to be who you really are.
Sætter sig fri til at blive det, man virkelig er.
Because the divine is love.
Fordi det guddommelige er kærlighed.
You know? You think, Tulsidas, you're crazy. Yeah?
De tænker, nu er han helt skør Tulsidas.
But I do love you.
Men jeg elsker dig faktisk.
I do. I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know where you're from. I don't need to know anything.
Jeg behøver ikke vide, hvem I er, jeres navn, hvor I kommer fra. Ingenting.
Why should I know those things?
Jeg behøver ikke vide det.
You're a person,
I er en person.
so I love you. Why?
Jeg elsker jer. Hvorfor?
Because I love myself.
Fordi jeg elsker mig selv.
Thanks. Yeah.
Do you love that wall behind you?
Ha! That is a good question.
Elsker du væggen bag dig? Det var et godt spørgsmål.
That's a very good question. You're clever.
Du er klog.
Thank you.
Of course.
Selvfølgelig.
But it's not, you don't see me running around and hugging at all of you. Isn't it? Isn't it? You don't see me like even. Is that better? Yeah. Better? Okay. Oof, okay. Sure, of course. Because you see, anyways, I'm not running around hugging all of you and kissing all of you. It's not that type of love. It's a knowing that everything is divine. You see, Tulsi, she is my Ishtadevi. She's my mother. Yeah. I mean, she's everyone's mother. She's the divine mother. Yeah. But I really feel she's my mother. Yeah. Like, and I can talk to her about anything. Yeah. And actually, you should all talk to God, the divine, in whatever form you want. It doesn't matter if it's Allah, Christ, Mother Mary, Kami-sama, whatever. Yeah. You should talk to them. Yeah. Because He's closer to you than your breath is close to you. Yeah. But here in my prayers, I pray oh Tulsi, I love you so much. Yeah? But if I walk out in my prayer and the person hits me in the hallway and I go, what's wrong with you? This is something's wrong, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, something's wrong. Even you would say that, something's wrong here. Why? Why do you know intuitively something's wrong? Because if I really loved the divine, I would love the divine everywhere. And the divine is in everything. The divine is what's created everything. Actually, the mantra we use, that we often chant, is Om Namo Narayanaya. Yeah? We can chant it later, maybe you would like it. But it means, Narayana means God, but you can break it up in Sanskrit in many different ways. Yeah? So you'll get different meanings. Yeah? Yeah? And one meaning of Narayana is that which all things are inside. So it means all of creation is inside the divine. You're clever. Good question. Anyways, and also it means that which is inside all things. Yeah. So that means the divine is in every atom, in every person, in every leaf, in every breath, in every thought. The divine is present everywhere. 1 second. Even the divine is present where other things are not present. Yeah. And the divine is even present when the divine is present even in the feeling that he is not present with you. He is present. If you could feel even for 1 second how much the divine loves you, you would die. Literally, you would die. Your body couldn't take it. Imagine when you first fell in love. Yeah? Your body changed, isn't it? You ate less, you had more energy, you slept less, you know, you were more positive, you know. Isn't it? Isn't it? I mean, look, I'm a monk and I have fallen in love, okay? So, right? Okay? So, it's true. So imagine, that was just falling in love with a person. Imagine falling in love with the ocean of love itself. You fell in love with a drop of love. And the amount of love you felt inside was a little bit. Even if you felt it was so much. Imagine if you were able to feel the way God feels for you. The divine loves you so much. If you could feel how much Tulsi loves you, you would die. All the divine forms are all the same thing. There's no difference. It's not like here's Christ and here's Tulsi and here's Mother Mary and here's Allah and here's Buddha and here's whoever. It's all one consciousness. Yeah. So I relate to the divine consciousness through Tulsi. Yeah. And if you could feel how much she loved you, you would die. Yeah. And don't think she loves me more just because she gave me the name Tulsidas.
tror ikke, hun elsker meget mere, fordi hun kan have Tulsidas.
Nah, she loves everybody the same.
Hun elsker alle.
So, your question?
There was just you said that a man walked into you while you were doing your prayer, and you said, "What's wrong with you?" So there is divine love in that action that he walked into you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Du sagde, at der var guddommelige.
Can I have this chair?
Handlinger, der ikke er gået ind.
And then I would think that maybe that was something that I need to learn,
Så tænker jeg måske, at noget af det, jeg skal lære.
because everything is, you can learn everything. I think my mind just wanted to understand when something like that happened, but maybe that's also just divine love. You can think about it, or you can stop thinking about it. Just feel divine love, or yeah.
Okay.
Hjernen kan ikke helt forstå.
Not a question, but I know what you're saying. Yes, see, you are taking a wiser way of looking at it. Yeah? And that's important. Because, you know, we often even think of wisdom and love as separate things. It's not true. Actually, wisdom arises from love. Yeah? And I'll prove it to you. Yeah? Okay. So it's an American way to always make fun of oneself. So this story is about me, even though it's not true. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a story. It's not true. So one day I go to, you know, in the ashram we all use the same washer and dryer. Yeah, all the men. Yeah. So usually, if my washing is done or my drying is done, you know, and someone needs it, it just goes on the floor, right? And they put theirs inside. Yeah. Yeah. So this day, which is not true, but this day, I go and then all of my socks are nicely folded. Yeah? And I think, this is so nice. Wow. But wait, why'd they fold them this way? Don't they know? They should fold it a different way, right? 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 Don't they know? Yeah? They're so stupid. This way's wrong. The way I do it is right. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so what do? I got angry. Yeah? So, well, you know, it's nice nowadays we have something called Google. So, yeah. So I go to Google and I go, how to fold socks. So then, when I'm looking, I go, oh, look, the way they folded them is number 11, right? There's 14 ways to fold socks. That's amazing. Huh? Yeah. Now, with a little bit of knowledge, what happened to my anger? It went away. Yeah? Yeah? A little bit of knowledge, the anger went away. Now, knowledge is what? It's here in the head. It's just information. Yeah? So the next day I go and I see my shirts are folded. Again I get angry. Stupid person. Yeah? Yeah? Don't they know this is the incorrect way to fold shirts? Yeah? But last time I Googled it, so I'll do it again. Yeah. Oh, look, it's the 5th way. Out of 20 ways to fold a shirt. That's great. So with a little bit of knowledge, my anger went away. But again, knowledge is only in the mind. It's information. Yeah? Now this could go on with my pants, with my... What else do we have? Pants, shirts, underwear. Could go on forever. Yeah? Yeah. Could go, even how to put the toilet paper on the toilet paper roll. Yeah? Right? Right? Some people say it has to go this way, some people say it has to go that way. Right? Oh, jeez. I could play this game for the rest of my life. Right? Getting angry, and then going to Google, and Googling it, and then going, oh, there's different ways. I could play that game the rest of my life. Yeah? Now, or I could go back to that first instance, which would be the socks, right? And I could gain a bit of wisdom. What did this situation tell me? That everybody does things differently. And it's okay. Matter of fact, it's good. Yeah? In living that is wisdom. Isn't it? Then the next day when the shirts were folded, I wouldn't have got angry. I'd been like, oh look, there's a new way. That's cool. Right? Now I have a question for you. When you love, don't you act from that place of wisdom? When you fall in love, when you see the person you fall in love with, they do something different than you, you don't go, oh, you're so stupid, why are you doing that? No. You go, oh, that's cool. You accept them. Now, of course, humans, they tend to fall out of love a bit, and then, after 2 weeks of living together, then they start saying, hey, the way you fold my underwear is wrong, but that's humans, right? Right. But, so you understand what I mean, right? All of these spiritual qualities that we read about in books, all of everything that Christ talked about. I'm a Christian. I'm also Hindu, but I'm also a Christian. Matter of fact, I'm a deacon in the Russian Orthodox Church. Cool, huh? So I know a little bit about Christianity too. And they all talk about one thing: love. Even the Buddha. We often think about the Buddha talking about other things. But actually, if you read his teachings, the thing that he always said was most important was compassion. And compassion is love. And in the Quran, in all of the chapters except one, it starts with, in the name of Allah, infinitely merciful and infinitely compassionate. That's what it's all about. If you can love, and love yourself, you have to love yourself. If you can love yourself 100%, your whole life will change.
Så vil hele jeres liv ændre sig fuldstændig.
People, they hear that and they think it's selfish. It's not true.
Så synes de, det er egoistisk.
It's not true.
Det er det ikke.
Because if I really love myself, then I see myself for who I really am.
Så hvis jeg virkelig elsker mig selv, så ser jeg, hvem jeg virkelig er.
That includes all of my weaknesses too.
Og det inkluderer også alle mine svagheder.
But if I'm prideful, I don't see my weaknesses. I just think I'm very great.
Men hvis jeg er stolt, så ser jeg ikke alle mine svagheder, så synes jeg bare, at jeg er fantastisk.
But if I love myself, then I see all my good qualities and my bad qualities. And I love myself.
Hvis jeg elsker mig selv, så ser jeg mine gode kvaliteter og alle mine dårlige kvaliteter. Og jeg elsker mig selv.
It's the key to everything.
Det er nøglen til alting.
Because if you love yourself, you also won't care what anybody thinks about you.
Og hvis jeg elsker mig selv, så vil jeg heller ikke bekymre jer om, hvad andre tænker om det.
You'll be at peace.
Så vil vi have fred.
You'll be free.
Vi vil være frie.
For sure, you came walking in here, and tell me today, for sure, when you're thinking about coming here, you must have thought, oh, what will people think of me? Yeah?
Når I kom her i dag, så har I sikkert tænkt, hvad vil folk tænke om mig?
The person sitting next to me in this room, I don't even know them. What do they think of me?
Men hvad tænker de andre om mig?
These thoughts always go on in the head, you know.
Nogle ting kan altid gå.
But what if you loved yourself so much that it didn't matter?
Men hvad hvis I elsker jer selv så meget, så det ikke betyder noget?
And here's the thing about the human mind.
Og det er det med menneskelige.
It always projects.
Projicerer alting.
So whatever negativity you think about yourself, you will also think about the other person.
Det er negative tænker om dig selv, det tænker jeg også om andre.
For example, let's say I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, and the most important thing to me is being beautiful. Yeah? It's not, but let's pretend. Yeah? Right? Let's pretend. Right, so here I am, I take my shower, I'm doing my makeup. Yeah? Yeah? And it just so happens that that day, I think I look good. Yeah? I've reached my how do you say, my gauge. You know, I've went over it. I'm looking good today. Yeah? And guess what? I'm going to be happy. But what happens tomorrow? Doing my makeup. And it just isn't working. I don't feel good. I don't look good today. Guess what? I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be upset, angry. Yeah. And every person I see, I'll go, are you looking good? Yes, no. No, I don't like you. Yes, I like you. What's your name? Same thing with intelligence. Yeah? If I think I'm really smart, and that's what's important, I go, are you smart? Yes, I like you. You? No, I don't like you.
Bedømmer alle på, hvor intelligente de er. Hvis de er intelligente, så kan de lide, og hvis ikke de er, så er det rejst.
Isn't it? That's how humans work. Yeah? For everything. For everything. But what if I love myself? Then I will automatically love you. If I accept myself, I will accept you also. If I care for myself, I will care for you too. Unconditionally. It's the key to life. If you can have that, you'll have everything. That is the kingdom of heaven. Of course, heaven is there. It's present. It's up there. But like Christ said, the kingdom of heaven is inside you. It's love. And it is everywhere. All you have to do is realize that. And it's very simple. But if you find it difficult, like me, yeah, it's okay. Because Swami, and the picture here, how do you say, the black and white picture, that's Mahavatar Babaji. Yeah? That's Swami's teacher. And they have given some techniques called Atma Kriya. And Atma Kriya is Sanskrit. I mean, Atma means yourself, your soul, your divinity. Yeah? And Kriya means action and awareness. So the name of the techniques points directly to the purpose, which means to do everything from yourself.
So now
to be yourself always. And Amakriya, there's 9 separate techniques. They are very simple, but extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Yeah. For example, the main Kriya is it's amazing. I could talk literally for hours and hours and hours. Swami asked me to be the teacher of the teachers, so that's my job. Yeah. Yeah. And once I was recorded for 11 hours straight talking about Atma Kriya. But actually, I talked more because the battery died on the recorder. Yeah. And still I wasn't done, actually. And I was talking to a teacher, so they already knew some things. Yeah. So, but okay, so the main Kriya, for example, do you know in the Bible when Christ went through the transfiguration? Do you know what I mean? It's when Christ turned to light. And do you remember? Do you know that part? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so this is called the transfiguration because his body turned into light. His body was shining divine light. Yeah? But whose divine light? His divine light. Yeah? That everything in him, his mind, his emotions, even his body, even the cells of his body were his soul. Yeah? Yeah? So that's why his body turned to light. The same with Swami. Yeah? If when he gives darshan, if you had the eyes to see, you would see that him as divine light. Yeah? That's enlightenment. And in every single round, which takes about, what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes? About. You begin to go through the transfiguration. Now that in itself does a lot of things. I could talk about it. But it's amazing. If you want to be free, and if you want to really experience this love for yourself, for others, and for the divine. Because actually, There's not 3 types of love. There's only one love. And if you want to be this love, that who you really are, you are it already actually. You just don't know it. You may know it here, but are you it? If you want it, Atmakriya would help. Yeah. It can be done by everybody. Yeah. And it will change your life. It's changed mine fully. And yeah. What time is it? Oh, I have 10 minutes more. You know, usually I talk too much, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Do you think, Tulsidas, you're crazy? Yeah? That's okay, you can. You guys got to let me know. Do you like what I said or not? I don't know. Yeah? No? No? Yeah? Good. Sorry, she had her hand up first. One second. Yeah?
Can you guide that? Is that something you can do right here, right now?
Nope. It takes about 2.5 days to learn. Yeah. And no, when you do Atmakriya, it's not just for yourself actually. Up to 2 kilometers, this energy is shared with everyone and everything around you. It's actually pretty amazing. Even I can tell you stories about how people would feel it. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. But no, I can share you some things, but not Atmakriya. Yeah.
Why are you barefooted?
Because it's uncomfortable to wear socks in my dhoti. That's it. That's it. Practical. That's it. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Is there a Kriya Yoga defined attitude towards war? If you're a community where you're living in your ashram, or
sure.
If you are being attacked, what will you do?
Hvordan er krigen yogas holdning over for eksempel krig, hvis I bruger det ashram, kan I angribe det så?
I don't know. I'm sure each person will do what they want to do. Some will run and hide, some will fight, some will go, I don't care, kill me.
Jeg tror, at alle vil have de forskellige, nogen vil slås, nogen vil løbe væk, og nogen vil bare slå på det.
So you see, actually, you ask a very good question, in the sense that you're asking, what are the rules? Yeah, that's what you sort of asked. If this was happen, what would you do? Yeah.
I meant to ask if your guru, the holy teachers, if they or any other have defined a special Kriya Yoga attitude in
yes.
a situation of war.
So yes. So you, yes. The attitude is the rule. Yeah, basically, if this happens, what to do. It's a rule in English. Yeah.
That would be a question of definition for some.
Sure. We don't. Good. we're on the same page. It's just semantics in English. But you're asking a very good question. And, sorry, yes.
No, I did not ask for a definition of rule. I asked for if there has been formulated an attitude.
You see, yes, in
ideal.
Yes. Yes.
Or a rule, or whatever.
Yes.
I mean, there can be a difference between ideals and legislations and moral pseudo.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I understand. Yeah. And I want to tell you, no. Because we don't care. That's not important. Important is that you love. That's it. In Atma Kriya, there is no rules. In many other traditions, okay, so you learn this meditation, that's very good. Now, you can't eat meat. Now, you can't drink caffeine. Now, you cannot drink alcohol. Now, you can't have sex. Now, you must give away all of your money. Now, you must be like this, or you must be like that. And that's... If this happens, you must act like that. It's not bad, but it's limited. In Atma Kriya, we don't have any of those. Because all we want is that you are yourself. And for some, it will be stand up and fight in this situation. And for some, it will be, you can take my life. Both is okay. As long as they do it with love. And you see, we don't, none of that matters to us. None of it. It doesn't matter if you're a man, if you're a woman, if you hunt or don't hunt, if you eat meat or don't, or whatever. What religion you're from, if you, or even if you're atheist, I don't care. Love is love. Just because I believe in God doesn't mean you should believe in God. I don't care. We don't care. One second. All we care about is that you are yourself, because you are perfect the way you are. And even those people who would be attacking me, they're perfect too. Everyone is perfect. And all of you could try to, for the rest of the evening, you could try to tell me why you or someone else is not perfect. I won't believe you. Everyone is perfect. And that is our only, that's our only creed. Our creed has nothing to do with action. Nothing to do with limitation. Everything to do with love. It took me 4 years to understand that. 4 years to understand how great that is. For 4 years I kept trying to find things to hang on to on the outside, like, what if? God doesn't care. You should just love. That's it. And funny enough, if you read the stories of the saints, yeah, you'll see how love changed people. You'll see how much, how much Christ, his love, changed the people around him. And that's all that matters. Nothing else. Nothing. So even if you try, you will not get an answer out of me. Because all it matters, nothing else. Love. Love, 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 love. That's it.
But can anyone define what love can be definable as?
I just said earlier, no. And that's why it's unlimited. That's why.
The Nazis of the Holocaust, they loved to produce Nazism. It was Nazi love. So Nazist love is love like fascists. They produce fascist love, and all love is love, just as long as it's lovable for the lover.
Okay, well, you're definitely twisting it, but actually the way you said it, yes. Yeah. I would, yes, that's true. But the question for me is, when I am sitting in my meditation or my prayer, is my love unconditional? Nazi love was not unconditional. Yes, they loved. All those people, they loved Hitler. That is true. They loved him. Obviously. Yeah. But was it unconditional? No, it wasn't. Because in
say that Kriya Yoga people believe that everyone is perfect. So you would say the Nazis were perfect.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.